So here I am in the Fort Lauderdale airport and I'm super excited. I'm going to look at what might possibly be my next boat in Marsh Harbor in the Bahamas. Plane ran over the tug that pulls it out of the gate and broke the plane. And so now we have to fly out of Miami. So I'm going to catch a shuttle here, waiting for the shuttle, go to Miami, and hopefully I make it to look at my boat still. It's taken me 36 hours to go only about 250 miles. I think it'd have been faster if I'd taken a sailboat.
So finally landing in Marsh Harbor after one crazy trip, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, is this boat really going to be worth it? Is it worth all this hassle to come here, or is this thing just going to be a pile of junk? Well, let's take a look and find out. I guess it depends on your perspective, but when I first took a look, I'm thinking, yeah, it's messy, but it doesn't look too bad. But let's take a look at the real damage. So here's the first sign of major damage, is where the cabin top is smashed in, just on the one side. So random rudder on the roof, and then that piece of wood with the bolt on it. Yeah, you'd think that's just sitting on there, but I think that's a dock, and I later find out that that bolt has just crammed its way all the way through the cabin top. Just around the corner is where we start to see the real damage. The whole back quarter got smashed when another catamaran landed upside down on top of it. So there's crack all the way down to the water line, and it goes under the water line, but they've patched it under there. Deck is cracked across the top. It's going to be a pretty big repair. Taking a look inside, the boat was a mess, and it smelled horrible. And there is the first side of hidden damage. So it looks like a piling or something came up through the bottom of the boat. Fortunately, below the water line, the boat is solid fiberglass. And they put a pretty good patch on it. When I dove on the boat, I took a look. The patch is quite a bit bigger than that, and it's epoxied on there pretty good. So that should hold it, hopefully, till I would get it back to my house. The engine, this one looked pretty good. Hopefully you'd get it running, but you never know after it's been underwater. There's just a lot of stuff in the boat. It smelled horrible, and there was a lot of water in the boat. Here you can see the inside, just a lot of stuff all over the place. Pretty messy. But this side overall structurally didn't look bad. And I went through and checked the boat. All the bulkheads, everything looked tabbed. Structurally it looked pretty good. Clearly this electrical panel has seen better days. There's the master bathroom. Now this side of the boat was quite a bit worse because it was completely under the water when the boat was damaged. Here you can see just the debris and leaves and stuff inside. And here's some of the bulkhead cracking that there is inside, where the plywood bulkheads are damaged there, and so those would clearly have to be replaced. And then as you move back into the starboard aft section, you'll see this is where that major damage was on the outside. There's the back of the washer and dryer. And this was so full of stuff, I was just walking on piles of clothes and who knows what was under there. I couldn't even get to see the motor. It was just piled with stuff and full of water and wet clothes and books. And the smell at this point was awful. So am I crazy to take on a project like this? And so kind of going through my mind at this time. Should I do it? Should I not do it? It's going to be a lot of work. I may be crazy, but ultimately I decided, why not? I'm going to go for it. So subscribe and like the video, and if you want to see the journey of bringing this boat back to normal.